my name is Madeline, and welcome to this yin yoga class for upper body pain and tension. So, honestly, I'm feeling some upper body pain, neck pain at the moment, which is why I wanted to make this video. But it's also one of the most commonly requested things I get when I teach in person. So, hopefully, this can create some more spaciousness in that area. And let's get into it. So we can start with a little bit of movement before getting into our yin poses. We'll do some seated cat-cows. You can bring the hands to the knees. And as you inhale, begin to arch the spine forward, looking up. And then around the back as you exhale. And try to move slowly here. You can continue like that, or take any kind of fluid movement that feels good in the body. So maybe that's making some circles or twisting. Trying to pause in any particular areas of tightness or tension. And breathing deeply here. And let's take one more breath in the movement. And then we'll come back to center and let's get into a couple of neck stretches. So you can start to reach that left arm all the way up. Place the left hand on the right ear and then slowly start to drop left ear to left shoulder. Make sure you're not pressing too hard with that left hand, just letting it gently rest on the ear. And you can stay here if this feels like enough, or if you want some more, you can walk those right fingertips out to the side and really feel that opening in the right side of the neck. And we'll be here for a minute or so. Trying to keep the spine upright. And you can stay here, or if you want a little more stretch on the back of the neck, you can start to draw that chin towards the left armpit and then bring the hand back a little bit behind the head. So you should be feeling it in a different area. You can always stay in that regular side stretch too. And then let's take one more deep breath wherever you are. And then slowly start to let it go, releasing the arm. Be pausing here for a moment, noticing the difference between the two sides. And maybe you want to take a couple of cat-cows again, or a little bit of movement, because it can sometimes feel like a lot to just be sitting in this position. And then let's return back to center, and we'll do that on the other side. So this time, reaching right arm up, placing the right hand on the left ear very gently, not pressing down. And then start to draw the right ear to right shoulder. You can stay here, or option to walk those left fingertips a bit out towards the side. And make sure the spine is straight, and breathe deeply. And you can stay here if you like, or if you want to go for that stretch in the back of the head, start to draw that chin towards right armpit. Bring the hand a little bit more back, and you should feel the stretch there. And take one more breath wherever you are. And slowly let it go, coming back to center. And let's just do one more thing upright before coming into some more yin poses. We'll take eagle arms here. So you can reach both the arms out and then start to swing right arm underneath the left. Maybe the hands can come together. If not, that's okay. This is really great for opening up that back. And once you're here, maybe you want to draw the elbows up and down a couple times. And then let's pause at center for a few moments. Not holding this as long as a typical yin pose, but it's still a really great opening. One of my favorites for releasing some of that upper back tightness. And let's take one more deep breath. And slowly begin to release those arms, extending them out wide, drawing the chest up. And then bringing the hands back down. Pause for a moment. And then let's reach those arms back out wide again. And this time draw left arm underneath the right. Maybe wrap the arms together, maybe palms touch. And again, we'll go for Moving those elbows up and down, you should be able to feel which side is tighter. And then let's pause at center for a few moments, breathing deeply here. Really trying to send the breath all the way into your back. Let's take one more breath here. And then slowly let it go, reaching arms out long, drawing the chest up, and then bringing the hands back down. And whenever you're ready, we'll make our way into a tabletop position. So once you're in tabletop, option to take a couple of cat-cows, or again, take any kind of fluid movement that feels good in the body. So maybe that's some circles. And then whenever you're ready, let's return back to center and we'll come into a thread the needle pose. So trying to keep knees and hips in one line here. Start to reach that right arm up and then thread it underneath the left so that right shoulder is pressing down on the mat. Getting a really nice opening for that right upper body. You can stay here or option to walk the left fingertips forward if that feels good. And really try to focus on the breath. The deeper you breathe, the more of an opening you'll feel in your body. And let's take a few more deep breaths. If you have the left arm extended out long, begin to slowly draw it back towards the face. Let's take one more deep breath here. And slowly begin to unthread that needle, reaching right arm up, and then bringing it back down to the mat. From here, maybe you want to take a little movement. It can feel nice to turn the fingertips to the sides of the mat and rock a little side to side. Maybe even flipping the fingertips to face back towards you. And taking a couple circles. And then let's come back to our neutral tabletop, and we'll get into that thread the needle on the other side. So this time, reaching left arm up and then threading it underneath the right. And you can stay here, or option to walk those right fingertips out long. You don't need to do the same thing you did on the other side, just making sure you're breathing deeply again. And let's take a few more breaths here. If you have the right fingertips extended out long, begin to walk them back in towards the face. Take one more deep breath here. And then slowly start to unthread that needle, reaching left arm up and bringing it down to the mat. From here, maybe come back into a child's pose, knees wide on the mat, arms reaching out long. You can soften at the elbows a little bit here, just to relax those shoulders a little bit. And let's take one more breath in our child's pose. And then let's slowly rise back up and make our way into that tabletop position again. And from here, we'll come into a melting heart pose. So again, knees and hips in one line. Start to walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Maybe you want to grip the top of the mat for some more traction. And then start to melt the chest down towards the mat. Maybe forehead touches the mat. You can always spread the hands wider if you feel any kind of pain in the arms. Option as well to bring the forearms down to the mat and then turn the palms to face up. So wherever you are, as long as you're feeling it in that upper body, this is also one of my favorites for opening up this area. And it can feel intense sometimes for sure. So make sure you're breathing deeply. Focusing your attention on the breath. And let's take a few more breaths in our melting heart. Take one more deep breath here. And then slowly begin to release those arms. Start to draw hips back towards the heels. And we'll come into a closed leg child's pose with the arms reaching down by your sides. Really try to soften the arms. Maybe once you're here, you want to rock the forehead a couple times, side to side. And then come back to center. We'll pause here for a few moments. Take one more breath here. And then slowly you can reach the arms back out. And we'll just slide forward onto our bellies. And we're going to come into a broken wing pose. So really going for it with this upper body opening. You can bring the head down. Extend that right arm out into a T-shaped. Left hand will be about in line with the face with the elbow bent. Then we'll start to rock onto that right hip. And if this is enough, you can stay here. Or if you want a little more, you can bring that left foot behind the right leg. So again, another great opening for that right upper body, for the shoulder, trapezius. And breathe deeply. This can be another intense pose. And let's take a few more deep breaths. Really trying to send breath to that right shoulder. Breathing all the way up through the ribs. And let's take one more breath here. And slowly start to release that left foot, bringing left leg back in line with the right. And really slowly starting to rock back onto your belly. You can bring the arm or the hands to stack on top of each other and let the forehead rest on those hands. Maybe you want to wiggle the hips out a little bit, side to side. And then we'll just pause in a bit of stillness. Let's take one more breath here. And then we'll come into the other side. So this time, reach that left arm out into a T shape. And then right hand about in line with the face. And then roll onto your left hip. You can stay here, or option to draw that right foot behind the left leg. And again, making sure you're breathing deeply. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. Take one more deep breath. And then slowly start to draw right leg back in line with the left. And really gently roll back over onto the belly. Again, you can bring hands to stack on top of one another. And wiggle out the hips or windshield wiper those legs as well. Let's take one more breath here. And then slowly start to rise back up, pressing up onto hands and knees. And we'll come into a seated position and extend the legs out long. We're going to come into a caterpillar pose, so you can bend the knees as much as you like here. The deeper you bend the knees, the more you'll feel it in the low back. So it's up to you. And we'll reach the arms up and then start to fold forward over the legs. Maybe hands come to the feet. They definitely don't need to. Try to let the spine soften. Try to let the head drop. Really getting an opening for the whole backside body here. Maybe with each breath, sinking a little deeper and softening a little more. And let's take a few more deep breaths in caterpillar. Take one more deep breath. And then slowly start to rise back up. Take your time. We'll come all the way down to the back. We'll hug those knees into the chest. Maybe rocking a little side to side to release the spine even more. And from here, start to take any final poses or movement your body is needing before we head into Shavasana. So maybe that's a happy baby, or a twist could feel really nice here. So just take your time, there's no rush. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to extend those legs out long. Let the arms drape down by your sides and surrender into the earth for your final resting pose, Shavasana. And if you have the time to stay in this Shavasana, I'd encourage you to do so. But if you have to get going, we'll close here on our backs with one final breath. So you can exhale all the air out now. Take an inhale through the nose, and then a big sigh out the mouth. And thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you're feeling some relief in the upper body. Definitely let me know how this went in the comments. And if you'd like to see more yin yoga classes like this, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot. And I'll see you again next time.